There we go. Shalom, shalom. Just
Shalom.
Shalom, just building this coalition, among Hebrew Israelites. I'm out here in Demona. I'm out here amongst with the brothers and sisters out here in the kingdom, out here in Israel and Demona. Just, you know, just you reaching out to my brothers out there in the States. We were forming this coalition. We're forming this coalition, brothers in different parts of Africa, all around. We're forming this coalition amongst Hebrew Israelites. And, I have Elder Ezra in the building, and we're gonna be talking about some very, interesting things about this coalition and about, unifying it. Can you tell the viewers about yourself. Elaborate to them about who you are. Give a brief background about yourself.
Okay, shalom. Shalom, people. Um, I'm Ezra. I'm over here in the States, Las Vegas to be exact. Um, I came into the truth around 2000, 2007, last of 2006, early 2007 is when I woke up and realized who I was coming out the Christian church, understanding that I had more of a connection to the Bible than what I really understood. And it gaslighted me. It just gave me such a desire, man, to even dig even deeper into the Bible. And I tell you, it's just been a journey ever since. I'm still learning, and exploring and trying to find my way back, to a place to where, you know, not just me, but my people as a whole, us as a nation to come back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I woke up around late 2006, early 2007, and I've been on that journey ever since.
All praise to the Most High, man. Definitely. Let's jump right into these questions right here. So let me ask you this now. All this doctrinal differences between Hebrew Israelites, is holding us back, to becoming a nation. Yeah, this camp believe in this thing, this camp believe in this thing, this congregation believe in this thing, this congregation believe in this other thing. And because of these differences, we seem to can't we can't form, a coalition to where that, is actually showing a light to the Gentiles, is holding us back. Like, how do you feel about that? Elaborate to the people. How do you feel about, do you agree that that's holding us back? Doctrinal
Well,
differences. Mhm.
well, yeah, it is. It most definitely is. Um, I believe that we as a people, and not just a people, but as a chosen people, first and foremost, we got to understand that you know we have entered into a time of awakening to our true identity in who we are, and the doctrinal differences. I mean, they're going to be there, but what we got to do and understand is that we only know in part because we're just waking up. I mean, you don't just wake up out your sleep and and you in tune, you know, to what you really want to do, and how you gonna get your day started. You gotta focus. You wash your face, brush your teeth. I mean, it's a process, and even with this awakening and with us dealing with different doctrines, it's a process. And me, honestly, I think it's going to take humility and for us as individuals to humble ourselves and understand that the Most High didn't just give it to one person. It's different. It's different functions that operates, within a body. I mean, come on, the hand it can't do everything. I mean, you need the head to think for you, your ears to hear for you. It's a functional thing, and I believe if we learn how to do that and quit exalting ourselves over one another and and vying for position, I believe we can do this, man. I believe we can, overcome these small obstacles, man, that's keeping us from coming together as a nation. And that's what I believe personally. That's one thing. We got to humble ourselves and understand that the Most High didn't just give it to one person.
Okay. All right, cool. I mean, makes sense, like we do have to humble ourselves, as, brothers and sisters, and we gotta be like, like you said, we gotta be like that. Coming together, the hand can't operate, just by itself. The legs can't operate by itself. That remind me of the Power Rangers when they come together, they become this big machine. And that's the Valley of the Dry Bones. That you see, we become this big army. This army of the Most High. So we gotta be able to connect. The connection with each other. And I believe it's in nationhood. It's in nationhood. You know, um, and that's why I came down here to the Mona because when I came down here the first time, I seen that they had, nationhood self-governing system established, which is, they have their doctrine, but at the same time, they to establish the self-governing system, it comes without, a religious doctrine, or
Mm.
religious ideology. You know, let me ask you this question. Farming as a nation and trading with the different communities within our own governmental construct, how can we achieve that? Controlling our own food as a nation. Can you explain to the people like how can we achieve that as a nation, controlling our own food?
Well, see that, and that goes back to what I just mentioned, about the different functions that individuals would operate in. You know, you have some who may be into agriculture, some into plumbing, roofing. I mean, all of it's going to enhance the body, you know, and of course there's going to always be a hierarchy, somebody in a position, that would ultimately make the decisions. That's acceptable. I mean, we as a nation, or descendants of a nation, I mean, we had a king, ultimately the Most High didn't want us to have a king over us because he was our king. But because of what we was longing for, he placed a king over us to govern us, and so we need that, but in order to be able to co-inhabit and be able to do such things, man, we're going to have to come into a position of a mindset to where, you know, we honor one we honor one another's gift. I'm gonna say that. Um, and we can do business. I mean, we did it before. Our foreparents. I mean, that's how they bartered with each other, and I mean, and they got along good. We can do it. We just gotta um, have that mindset to want to come together. It's a scripture that comes to me, in Zephaniah 2. And I believe that's what the Most High is shouting, from the heavens. It's time for us to gather ourselves together because we're that nation, man, that is not desired. And until we understand that there are people surrounding us that don't desire us to be a part of their society or to have a society for ourselves. So I respect what the Most High is doing with you as a young brother. It's commendable. But yeah, that's what it's going to take, man. In order for us to be able to really, accomplish, you know, this type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. You're right. It's gonna take us to come together. Like you said, people have their different gifts. You got people that's good in farming. You got people that's good in education. You got people that's good in that's good in like you said, construction work. Whether it's
That's
be
right.
building walls, roofing, and things like that. This is our time to show the nations that we have skills, instead of using
Exactly.
our skills to build their world, we use our skills to build our world, and we take this thing, and have a light shining, in Africa with it, and all across the world, so. Yeah, man, it's important. And when we, we're building this construct, and you are elder, you ain't got to tell them your age if you don't want to, but you would be a part of the elder,
Bro,
council.
I'm not a,
Um,
I'm not ashamed nor embarrassed of my age, man. The Most High blessed me, man, to reach that 62 mark, man. I'll be 63 here in a few weeks. So, man, bruh, I done came a long ways, man, and I'm thankful and humble that the Most High would even allow me to exist this long. And even on that, man, one more thing, if I can, you
yeah.
know, back to what you were saying, we got to remember that it was our ancestors that built systems. We were system builders. So it's not like we can't do it. We just got to come together, humble ourselves, and understand that there's diversity among us. And if we utilize that, bruh, man, it ain't nothing we can accomplish. Remember, we're world builders. So it ain't like we can't do it. I know we've been told we can't do this, and we don't do that, but I mean that right there was just a stumbling block, man, to keep us in a oppressed state of mind, you know. But hey, we're nation builders, bro.
Definitely. Definitely is, man. Let me ask you this. Can you elaborate, to the viewers, the importance? You mentioned, Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Can you elaborate to the viewers the importance of Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1, and how it coincides with today's generation of Hebrew Israelites?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Most High is wakening us up, and now He's calling for us to organize, to come together, as one, because remember, those two sticks are going to be brought back together. And we got to start doing that now, start putting forth the effort and having a mindset to come back, because if we don't have that mindset to come back, we won't come back. We'll stay divided. But I thank the Most High that there's a remnant of us that do have that mindset to come together and be one, because we desire that nation to exist again, and not just exist, but to rule like it was given to us through our forefathers to rule one day. And we're going to do it, you know, with or without. I mean, of course, some of us ain't going to make it
Yeah,
because they're not going to have the mindset, but it's the remnant. And that's what Zephaniah, I believe, was blowing the trumpet to the remnant, because the majority of our people, they love the Babylonian system.
mm,
They love this system, but the ones that have the mindset to build the nation of Israel again, that's who Zephaniah is blowing the trumpet
definitely,
for
man.
us to gather together and be one again.
Definitely. Like, we've been, the awakening been happening, since after slavery, going into, as early as the 18 mid late 1800s, and it got a lot, happened during the 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 1900s, during the late 1980s, 90s, you had a big awakening happen. You had another big awakening happen, you know, during during the 2000s, and then in the times that we in now. So, you know, it's a huge awakening of us, waking up to our true identity, being the people of the book, being the true, Israelites, the children of Israel. So now that awakening been going on for, almost 200 years now, it's about a little over 200 years. It's about time now for us now
Mm.
to be able to, you know, come together now, be that nation. We can actually do that. Now, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Now, working together as a nation of Hebrew Israelites, despite our doctrinal differences, do you truly believe that that can and will happen? Like, do you believe that? You basically we talked about it, you know, about Zephaniah 2 and 1, like, do you like? Do you actually see this being practically, meant out, or we just talk? And I'm asking this question. I asked the question, to another brother also. I'm like, do y'all really see this? Like, can y'all see this in your mind? Can y'all visualize this? Because if we can visualize this, if we can see it, then it's going to happen. Do you think this is just talking? We're not serious about this. Do you think this actually can happen? Can we bring this to life? You know?
Yeah. Well, Brother Palau, and not trying to sound arrogant, I don't, I don't so much see it or believe it. I know it because I know it's prophecy, and because I believe in the Most High's word. I know He's going to bring it to pass. He's looking for us to put forth an effort to do it, and He's going to work with us and through us.
Mm.
See, and that's the whole thing, man, about this book, bruh. It's like this book, man, it surpasses the information that is in any book you or I may have ever read in our lives because it's a spiritual connection to us, and it connects to us in such a way to where that's where it gives us that hope that we don't have in this life. So, and not to drag it on, but yeah, I believe it. And I know it's going to happen because the Most High said it is. And it's going to happen. And here's the thing. He's going to put a spirit on us to accomplish this. He's just looking for us to be willing to put forth an effort to do it.
Nah, most definitely, most definitely. All praise to the Most High. It's happening as we speak. It's been happening, you know, and it's gonna keep happening. It been happening. You know, and we just, happy to be a part of it and to keep this thing going. And to take it to where it need to be taken to. You know, so it was definitely, a blessing, man, to talk to you and ask you these questions, man. And definitely look forward to you on September 14th. At the meeting, you get to meet, other elders that been in this game, for a long, long time. There's some in their 70s, some, in their, they 80s, you know, some of the same age as you, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be good. Y'all work together with y'all different, understandings about this and bring it into a coalition, and help spiritually, oversee this thing, so man, definitely, man, it's been a blessing to talk to you. Anything you want to say before we wrap it up?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank you, man, for even reaching out to me, man. I miss those podcasts, man, that you and Ra and I forget the other two brothers' names.
Nine and Corey, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I used to look forward to them, man. And it's like y'all just disappeared on me, man. And it's like, and then I got in touch with Rai, and
Yeah.
then I see you on a video that I had clicked to, and I'm like, man, these brothers still doing it. And but I didn't see the Corey and the other brother. But it is a blessing, man. And like I said, man, I appreciate you reaching out to me, man. And I thank the Most High, man. And like I said earlier, man, I respect, man, what you're doing as a young brother. You got that fire, you got that desire, man, to nation build, and that's to be respected, bro. And that's what it's gonna take now, man. It's gonna take you young brothers, man, to put these things out there, man, and kind of shake us old heads out of a slumber. Because it seems like we didn't fell asleep, man. It's like we feel like, our work is done. We might as well pass the torch. It's like, no, we still gotta be there. You know, I mean, y'all gonna do the work. I mean, I'm looking at it now, man. A lot of young brothers are waking up, man, and they full of zeal and they doing it, man. And I love it, bro. I love it, man.
All praise to the Most High. Man, we gonna do this work, man. We gonna work together. That's how we gonna accomplish what we need to accomplish.
Okay.
Definitely good to have you, man, and see you on September 14th. And talk to you soon, man. Shalom, shalom,
All right, Shalom, brother.
shalom.